Hello and welcome back to Dark Deity. This is Chapter 15, Coeli Sumash. In a temple of Varic, they find a group of cultists led by a strange reanimated warrior named Now. They steal the relic and make their escape, finding out shortly after that the stone they've stolen speaks. It instructs them that they must return to their ship and depart, as the Trial of Soul is somewhere in the ocean. They make the journey, careful to be wary of the stone as Alistair had warned. Now setting sail, they are given direction by the stone, who holds their lives in its confidence. Assuming Ford doesn't shipwreck them along the way, they're headed to deep waters. Okay. Ford is, not a good sailor, I guess. Now that we've done absolutely everything possible without further instruction, I was wondering if you received any more wisdom from your magical rock. Not a word. Fantastic. It's more than likely we're meant to be on the other side of the continent when instead we've been off on this wild cockatrice chase. I think I'm starting to see why your father warned us about this guide. Ah, such doubt, when I've done nothing but assist you. And no, you haven't done everything possible. As far as I can tell, we're still anchored. How does it know that? At any rate, I think we could benefit from more instruction right about now. As you wish. Your destination lies in the heart of the Shimmering Mists. The Shimmering Mists? 3 question marks. Uh-oh. Your friend is quite attentive. Ford, you know this place? I've known a few captains who set out for it, but not any I've ever seen again. I'd always thought they'd gone a little sea crazy. Those poor crews. And it's dangerous. I've only heard stories, but I'd say so from the sound of them. High winds, low visibility, sharp volcanic rocks. Not much reason to go there in the first place. I don't know, Irving. It sounds like a trap. Please, what good would it do me to sink to the bottom of the ocean for the rest of eternity? You seemed happy enough to sit in that temple for gods know how long. Happy may not be the most accurate description. I know it sounds frightening, but we've been through worse. Besides, what choice do we have? I'd gladly hear out any alternative. ... Everyone seems to be silent. Then we sail for the Shimmering Mists. Ford, would you know how to take us there if you wanted to? I know the general direction. It's somewhere southeast of here. You might be able to see the mist a ways out. I'll not have you scouring the seas for low-flying clouds. As soon as the stars appear in the night, you'll set sail and follow the constellation of the Slain Basilisk. If you stay the course, you'll arrive at the mists in 3 days' time. Once we enter it, I'll lead you to the temple, but it will be imperative you do exactly as I say. Very well. Are we provisioned for the journey? Assuming shipwreck's not in the cards, we should have plenty to get us to Etlin. Good. Once the sun sets behind Varroa, we'll raise the anchor. In the meanwhile, take some time to rest and prepare. Only the gods know what lies ahead. I'll bet that damn rock does too. Alright. We're now at the base. Let's do some upgrades first, I would say. Let's see what I have available. We did get a tier 3 token for the first time. So, it'd be good to upgrade someone's weapon to tier 3. Caius is by far one of the best characters we have, so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade his sword to a great sword. I bought a tier 3 token specifically so I can get it up to tier 4. And now a tier 4 tokens are required to upgrade his weapon further, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Using my 2 tier 2 tokens that I got in the last chapter, I upgraded Garrick's focus weapon to a massive Yumi, and since Thaylanel seems pretty good, I used the remaining 6 tier 1 tokens that I had to upgrade all of his other weapons to tier 2. His glaive was already tier 3, so I just got the other ones up. And I bought 2 tier 3 tokens to upgrade Monroe's Conflagration to Devouring Inferno, which seems pretty solid. Alright, let's take a look at some bonds. Let's check out what Maeve and Thaylanel have to say to each other. Off on a new adventure? I'm sorry. I know Etlin is farther from home than you'd prefer to go. My wishes aren't important. The work to be done with these humans is. I pray it doesn't turn out to be too important. The student from Cosmere, he's exceedingly powerful. I know of him. Your counselors weren't the only ones keeping track. I do not believe it is within his motive to raise the dead. It is unlikely he is this necromancer we've heard tell of. The necromancer, no. The one from the battlefields, maybe. He has been suspected at the heart of 100 conspiracies in as many years, and not once did he turn out to be at fault. I feel a certain sympathy for him. He was never given a chance to acclimate to a normal life.
Pardon?
You feel you can relate to him? Very much so. We fear what we cannot understand. It's a mortal failing, but a constant one, yet here we stand. One of the most renowned exiles, warden to a Grand Inquisitor, perhaps our peoples are growing more understanding.
Not so fast.
I'm not so optimistic. Don't make me ride to Faldarin to tell your wife you're being pessimistic.
Alethos.
I said, not optimistic. That is different from pessimistic, as Alethos well knows. Hey Lionel, you've been my warden for over 20 years, and it's been that long since we faced prejudice for it. A person's hatred need not be stated for me to know it's there. Many see me as a monster.
We stand as one.
And many see me as a corrupt bureaucrat with too much power and too big a jurisdiction. We make a great pair. We do. Alright. I feel like the Bonds are doing pretty good at building the world out. I just don't know how much we'll actually see in the main story. I guess it leaves some interesting space open for other games in this world, maybe, but we'll see. I'll read the rest of the bonds I've unlocked myself, and then we'll get started. Great waves, that was a close call. Too close. Old Humpback's not cut out for this. I thought our guide was supposed to be helpful. I'll admit I may have miscalculated my estimation of the competence of our captain. There we go. Thank you. Now wait a minute. Hold on, I see something. Up ahead. That must be it. Stop the ship. Lower the sails. Aye aye, Captain. I always wanted to say that. Look at that thing. It's massive. Is this the temple we seek? Yes, you'd do well to drop anchor here before the ship gets too close. I'll drop my anchor where I please, thank you very much. Drop the anchor, quickly. If this is it, what now? I brought you here, have I not? I cannot take the trial for you. So then the trial's already begun? Can you tell me nothing of it? Since you insist, I'll share with you only what was once shared with me. The trial of the soul is comprised of 3 parts. A test of mind, body, and spirit. The test of body is a fight unlike anything you've yet experienced. The only enemies you'll face are the ones you take with you. The enemies we take with us? I've said what I will. Well, no point in stopping now, Irving. Come on, let's hop in the dinghies and have a look. Phew, I've been around the whole perimeter. Now it's not so much as a crevice, let alone any kind of entrance. Strange. Benji, any luck with your, strategy?
Smash!
Jesus. No matter how hard I smash, these walls won't budge. I'll take that as a hard no. It's writing. Huh?
There.
Holes in the walls. If you connect them, they form letters. Now how do you figure that one? The walls of our monastery had similar markings.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Yes, she's right. They do form letters. Characters in pre-Calamity Elvish, to be precise. Sun Elvish, probably. Actually, the Elves shared a common language before the Calamity, though it's hard to imagine now. It's quite different from our own tongues, but I should be able to translate. Just a moment. Boy, am I lucky you guys are here, because I never would have figured that out. I think it's a riddle of some kind. What does it say? Power is as seed. To yield a fruitful harvest, it must be... Then it trails off. There's no punctuation, so the latter part must be missing. You go ahead and analyze that punctuation, Corvin. Let the real brains in the group think about solutions. Presumably it rhymes in its completed form, in Ancient Elvish, of course. I can translate different words to see if the ending letters match. As seed. Planted? Watered? Far too simple. Perhaps soaked or germinated. No, I don't think any of those words would have sounded similar. Well, let's think. What's on a farm? A shovel? Cows? Farmers? A field? Genius.
You're really something.
There are farmers on the farm. Yes, a truly remarkable insight, Sophia. Thanks. A field. The letters at the end match exactly with the word for harvest. Though another should have come before it. Huh, not bad. Sown a field? Thrown a field? What do we have you scholar types here for anyway? Go on, do your thing. No, those words are too short, it wouldn't fit the meter.
You've done well.
Scattered. Scattered a fields. Let me see. Why, yes, the meter fits perfectly. That's it. So now what? Do we say it? Well, I've never actually tried to speak the language. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever even heard anyone speak it. I wouldn't know where to begin. Irving, take me closer to the walls. Alright. Galawa Yuhatar. I guess that worked. The only enemies are the ones you bring with you. That's your idea of a joke? I don't think I like while I'm looking at me. You think we can make friends with them? I think that's the last thing they want. Worth a shot, though. We don't want to fight. You need not express your wants in this place. We have read your soul. You must fight, and so you will. Can't say that isn't creepy. There's no reason to delay. Time is not on your side. This much weighs heavily on your souls. Right. Looks like we have no choice. Leave it to you to keep pushing forward even in ghost form. Varic, son of Galen, you are stronger than you allow yourself to know. Marin, the voice of comfort. In all of your efforts, you've always been enough. Alden, a hero before your time. You do not try to measure up, for you already do. Irving, bound by blood. Your conviction will hold you steady when you fear to break. Such resolve has not touched this place in millennium. The challenge is cast. Onwards to your fate. The trial of the soul presents a unique challenge. To advance, it appears you must defeat yourselves. And if we look at the map prep, the objective is to defeat yourselves. The Temple of Koli Sumash has offered shadow cells as a trial. Defeat them. We don't see enemies on the field. I assume when we pick our 14 units, the enemies will generate to be the units that we picked, which seems reasonable to me. So I'll make some preps and then we'll get started. Alright, so I'm bringing Thaylanel, Ren, Caius, Monroe, Maeve, Lincoln, Garrick, Alden, Sophia, Bianca, Irving, Sia, Vesta, and Samara, and I think that will do. We see the objective, and we get to proceed, and yep, as I guessed, our units are now on the field in front of us, and this will be kind of tricky.
What'll it be?
Because our units are pretty good, so that means their units are pretty good, but at least it's an even matchup. So, kind of thinking about how to pull Caius in. Or should I just not bother and blast him away? That could work. Of course, Maeve does pretty well against him too. So, yeah, I think our best bet is to put people on the edges of the map and let them approach us. So let's get started with that. Monroe starts injured for some reason. I think it's because of his skill. Or rather, real Monroe's skill, which increases HP by half of mastery. So it spawned him with his default HP, but not his HP, but his max HP is messed up. That's kind of weird, but fair enough. We're gonna pull Monroe first, if we can, with Sophia and her massive Yumi. Alright, I kind of moved everyone to the side so we can just kind of handle them with our numbers and see how that goes. Alright, Garrick, or rather Monroe is attacking Sophia, and then Sophia can shoot back twice, which is pretty solid. Nice, Monroe's almost down. And everyone on the right, everyone is actually approaching, not just that little group. Okay, and they seem to be trying to use their numbers against us too. Okay, well, I think we can do some significant damage here now.
The hunt is on.
What if Ren attacks Ren? That's not awful, considering that they have exactly the same stats. I don't know why his hit rate is worse than ours, considering. It's kind of weird, but okay. Definitely want Maeve to take someone out from a distance. That's hard to do. Can she double Ren somehow? No. I think Sia can just kill Monroe. She takes a lot of damage if she gets hit, though. So maybe not. Caius attacking Caius seems pretty reasonable to me. Let's see how that goes. Ouch, that's hard. That's okay, we got the first attack, so it's all good.
Nothing I can't handle.
Right, so... Let's Mystic Barrage Sophia, maybe? Or
Let's do it.
I'd rather hit someone that can actually take a lot of damage from that. Mystic Barrage Ren, I guess? Missing is not good in this map. Okay.
This should be fun.
Let's just, focus on getting rid of people.
I'm impressed.
And also
Will it be?
moving to the right as much as possible so we can avoid this group for a bit
I will.
longer. You can just get rid of Sophia.
You won't feel a thing.
Well, it's probably true since she's a ghost.
Little warning next time?
Alright, now if we shoot Ren and also use Thelanel to hit Ren a bit. It's not too bad, I guess. Let's start with Maeve. Just use the Warbow for extra damage. And she levels up, so
Experience is a fine weapon.
not bad. Moving on. Yanka should probably go for Vesta. This is not too bad, at least. Bonk. And... alright. She's almost down.
Huh?
Let's have Sophia shoot Ren. Use the Massive Yumi for
Dynamic duo coming through!
accuracy purposes. And getting a crit, I guess. And I think that leaves Ren open to Ren now for a pretty solid kill. We'll just use the Kodachi. Actually, the Broadsword has same accuracy. So we'll just do that so that we can do more damage.
This will serve me well.
Alright, great. Vesta's kind of isolated here, which is good for me. How much damage can Samara do? 0. Figures. I'll use Samara to heal Caius then. I have a feeling he'll be important.
How can I assist?
Vesta should also heal Caius, just to top him off. Can we have Thelanel attack Vesta? Oh yeah, that would be a kill. With any of the weapons, really. Except the pike. And the pylon. We'll just use the glaive. Nice. Very good. That skill procced, which is very useful.
Right away.
Keep Lincoln in range. See if they go for him.
I guess.
And keep Sia just in range. Just
Here.
barely. And Monroe will hang out outside of range, and we'll see how this enemy phase goes. Alright, Evil Irving attacking us. And Garrick shooting at Vesta, unfortunately. Ooh. Bianca's gonna be no longer with us in a moment here. Ah well.
Didn't see that coming.
Magic reduced by 2? Yikes. Well, I guess she'll be a strength-focused unit from now on. Alright. Can handle Maeve getting attacked there, and Thelanel getting attacked by Lincoln, but he can only take 19 damage due to his Ancient Blood skill, so that's good. Oof. Okay, well, Vesta survives just barely, for now at least. Ooh. Ouch. Okay, well, fair enough.
I will persevere.
Alright, I think we can actually wrap this battle up now, or get very close to it at least. So, let's start with attacking people at a distance, or attacking people in a way that they can't attack back. So, like, Caius versus Maeve, for example, that's an easy decision. We can also take out Garrick, probably. Let's do that since he has more HP. Bye, Garrick.
With every shot, progress.
Good level up. Then Garrick, or rather Monroe. I keep calling Monroe Garrick for some reason. Monroe will hit Sia with Devouring Inferno. Nice. And Sia can actually finish off Sia with, let's try with the Chris. Nice. Alton can Mystic Barrage Bianca and get rid of her. And Garrick can shoot Irving. That does a solid chunk of damage. That will be very useful. I'll
Whatever it takes.
Irving defeat Irving.
Whoa!
There we go. Irving really showed Irving what's up there. Tempted to have Maeve. That's bad for her. That's not too bad, but we're running out of attackers is the problem.
The hunt is on.
Ren isn't effective against any of these guys, so I'm gonna do this because he doubles, and he'll do 19 twice at Thaylanal and just kill him, at least.
The wings of death unfurl.
This is fine. Okay, so Ancient Blood didn't proc on that, so that's nice. Can get attacked back at least. Now Sophia probably should hit one of the mage units. Gonna go for Alden with her.
Dynamic duo coming through!
Okay, this works very well. Goodbye. 106 damage to a small child.
Do you expect me to thank you?
And
Couldn't have done it without you, Butter.
a great level up for her too. Now there's just 3 more units to handle here. Can Maeve deal with Lincoln? Kinda. Lincoln can just delete Samara. That works for me. Alright, so now I'll have Thaylanal hit Maeve. Ironic. And then you can just melee Maeve to death, probably.
My shield is yours.
With somebody. If the Piercer hits, it would kill her, but it probably won't, so... Let's have Samara heal Vesta, and we'll have Maeve shoot at Lincoln. We'll use the Warbow. Maybe we won't get hit here. Maybe we will. Great. And then Vesta can damage him even further. Alright, so we're down to 5 HP. We're probably gonna lose Vesta.
In suffering, there is strength. Effort duly rewarded.
Yeah. We'll see how this goes. I suspect we're gonna lose a couple units right now. Vesta goes down.
I have fought
Jeez.
to the end.
Fortitude reduced by 3. That's pretty bad. But at least Thaylanal dodged.
I will persevere.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Let's get going.
Caius kill Lincoln. Goodbye. And Maeve can probably just get a shot by Sophia here. That's fine. Alright, that's done and dusted with. 4 turns,
Not bad for a street rat.
4,840 gold, and Caius was the MVP. I definitely relied on him a lot to just delete units, so that went pretty well. Well, that was unexpected. Perhaps it should not have been. I understand the warning now. A lot of good that does us. Regardless, we did it. Now, I'm no arithmetician, but 2 parts down means there's 1 more to go, and I doubt this giant door is here by accident. Let's check it out. Wait. What is it? Only one should enter the Inner Sanctum alone. With myself, of course. The trial was originally designed to be faced one at a time. And who do you propose that should be? That is not for me to decide.
Aww.
I don't like the idea of splitting up. Well, if we have to, we should call a vote to decide who goes. Irving, I don't think we need to call a vote. Very well, then it should be Vesta or Maeve. The organizations know more of these affairs than the rest of us combined. I'm not so sure that's true, Irving. And even if it were, I'm not sure that would help. Alright, then who else? I think most of us feel it should be you. Really? I'm not sure that makes sense. One roundabout way or another, all of us ended up together because of you. Besides, it was your father's idea to send us here. His faith in you is what convinced him to continue to trust us with the aspects in the first place. It seems to me you gave us our best chance. Does anyone object? Silence, ...
Well, what do you know?
There's your vote. It seems your friends have made their choice, Irving. Alright, so they have. Wish me luck. You won't need it. Ah, a bright flame illuminates the walls of the sanctum. It has lain in darkness for many years. To see these walls again stirs something in me. Silence, anchored one. I know why you have come. It is not you with whom I wish to speak. Tell me, bright flame, what brings you to this place? Who asks this? Ha ha ha. The guest enters my home and asks that I make an account of myself? I am Coeli Sumash, once revered in this place where now my Terrazalian aspect rests. The god of the soul. I see you're acquainted with my domain. Now I would ask to know more of you. Forgive my brashness, mighty Coeli Sumash. My name is Irving. It is pleasant to know what you are called, but the soul speaks more of a man than his name. That may be. I was sent here on behalf of the Order of Eternals. We hope to protect the aspects from one who would use them for ill. Yes, such faith the Order has in its cause and its agents. I hope it is not misplaced. As do I. I was informed that if I pass your trial, I might receive something that would aid our quest. Supplies or perhaps weapons of some kind. Indeed you might. Tell me, who are these who stand so nervously beyond the threshold? They are soldiers, I suppose. Great fighters from many corners of Terra. Foiling the plot of this nefarious aspect thief has become our only common purpose. I see. They are each of them quite powerful. It's true, each brings something unique to the whole. What if you learned that I could grant all these powers to you? I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean. No longer would the mighty Irving, heir of House Sildarin, fight to win the approval of his own troops, coordinate their movements, or inspire them to courage. His will would be indomitable, subsumed by all who looked upon him with admiration in their hearts. At what cost? What you ask is wise. A fine boon comes at a fine price. Such a transference of power would cost them their mortal souls. I wouldn't think of it. And if it was the only way to prevent the disaster you fear? Still, I couldn't. Besides, I don't see how that would be the case. They've become so much of why I want to stop this necromancer in the first place. They're my friends. Why, you should have said so. You called them soldiers, if you remember. Perhaps I was wrong too. To err is mortal, but to acknowledge this and grow, that is divine. These friends of yours, how do you lead them? By love? Fear? The promise of gold? Trust, I think, though if I'm being honest, I'm not sure I understand it. Their loyalty humbles you. I guess I'm just not as convinced as they are that I know what's right, or that I always will. They need not believe you are right, nor need you be right. Your thoughts search for justice. That's one I've seen before. But justice does not reside in the mind. The sandglass may tell the time, but not the weather. Be that as it may, I fear our time is in short supply. Ah, but you've yet to present me your gift. Gift? Yes, the stone which has guided you to me. It has traveled many leagues and years to come to rest in this place. Set it on my altar. You have my thanks, bright flame. The members of your order who entrusted these to me have passed from this world long ago. Now it seems they are safest and most useful with you, and we received more eternal aspects. Those little toys will be fun to play with. But what of the third trial? I was told there'd be 3. All 3 trials you've passed, bright flame, and with a sincerity as such as I have never seen. Which is why I entrust you too with my own aspect. Now go, and leave me with this troubled one. There are stirrings in Astralis I could use his bleak thoughts on. At last. Irving, These aspects may aid you, but they cannot save you or your friends. Only you can do that. Such wisdom. And how many empires rose and fell while you thought up these words? I've discovered much in my solitude, Coeli, and we have much to discuss. Farewell, bright flame, and take courage in your quest. Continue your search for righteousness as if Terrazael itself depended on it. Perhaps it does. Yes, perhaps it does. Conversing with a god? I can hardly believe it. This is the stuff of fairy legends.
Take heart.
Well, I believe what I see, and I'm looking at more aspects than I never knew existed in the first place.
Definitely.
Epic. Who the hell are you? It's gonna take some time to figure out what each of these are capable of.
Sure thing.
Well, we've got no shortage of that. It'll be a while before we make landfall on Etlin, and that's assuming we can get out of these mists without our guide. Did you really have to leave it behind?
Yes.
Yes, it seemed Coeli Sumash had some purpose for it. What that might be, I couldn't say.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, can't say I'm too mad about it. That guy was making me nervous anyway. I think I might have to agree. Wait a minute, how did you get here? On the ship? And just how exactly did you sneak onto my ship? In one of your barrels, you don't exactly have the strictest security detail. You free-riding rat. I should have you thrown overboard.
Jeez.
Okay, Captain Tough. Maybe if you actually shipped any goods, I wouldn't have had so much free real estate to choose from.
Look, kid.
Free real estate. Epic. Why is this guy, like, from the internet? Why you little... I think maybe we should leave these two to settle this themselves. Alright, well, that was chapter 15. That was a fun chapter. Short and quick, and a lot of dialogue to go through, but one thing I noticed while reading the dialogue, well, it's a couple of things I noticed while reading the dialogue between Coeli Sumash and Irving. The good thing I noticed is that I liked the art, the background. I didn't really want to comment on either of these things because I felt it would be interrupting the scene, but the art in the background was really nice. Also, there were, like, numerous typos, which I didn't want to point out, but, like, Terrazael was spelled wrong, it was spelled Terrazael, and this is literally the world that the game is set in. There were just little things here and there that were noticeable while I was reading, but I just brushed past them. This game definitely could have just used one more look over before it was released, but it's not like it's literally unplayable because of a typo. I'm not, like, serious about this. It's just this thing I noticed, which kind of knocks off the polish in an otherwise nice-looking scene. So, having fun with the game, and I'll continue with Chapter 16 another day. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.